What is up guys, it's your boy Pisan. So for today's video, I'm going to make a summary about chapter 4 in the NetAd. So um, the topic is about network access, physical layer protocols, physical layer connection, network interface card. So let's go. So first, I'm going to talk about the network interface cards. Network interface cards, or the NIC, connect a device to a network. So it includes on the chapter 4. And also the physical layer, the OSI. The physical layer provides the means to transport the bits that make up a data link layer frame across the network media. So that is the physical layer. The physical layer media. When you say media, it is the for me it is the way to send a connection between each other. So the example of this is the copper, fiber optic cable, and the wireless. The copper cable, the signals are patterns of electrical pulses, and the fiber optic cable, the signals are patterns of light, and in the wireless, the signals are patterns of microwave transmission. So that is included also in the chapter 4. And also to be added, I will add the electrical signals is for copper cable, light pulse, fiber optic cable, and microwave signals on the wireless. So we're going to talk about the function. The physical components are the electronic hardware, device, media, and other connectors that transmitted and carry the signals to represent the bits. The encoding and the signaling. So in encoding or line encoding is a method of converting a stream of data bits into predefined code. So in signaling, the physical layer must generate the electrical, optical, or wireless signals that represents the 1 and 0. When we say 1 and 0, for example, the language of the computer. So say language of computer, it talks about the binary, which is 1 and 0, and that's how the functions do. And also in chapter 4, it talks about the bandwidth. Bandwidth is the capacity of a medium to carry data. Digital bandwidth measures the amount of data that can flow from one place to another in a given amount of time. So as you heard from me, it is the measure or amount of the data that can flow to the receiver. So that how the bandwidth, that is the bandwidth. So we're going also to talk about the type of physical media. The physical layer produces the representation of groupings of bits as voltage, radio frequencies, or light pulses. Various standards organizations have contributed to the definition of the physical, electrical, and mechanical properties of the media available for different data communication. So the example of standards for copper media are defined for the type of copper cabling used and bandwidth of the communication, type of connectors used, and pinout and color codes of connection to the media, maximum distance of the media. So also in chapter 4, it also talks about how the message is into another, but it talks also about what we are going to use to make a connection, and also the characteristics of a copper cabling network. Use copper media because it is inexpensive, easy to install, and has low resistance to electrical current. The timing and voltage values of the electrical pulses are also susceptible to interference for two sources. The two sources are the electromagnetic interference or EMI, the radio frequency interference or the RFI, and the crosstalk. So and also it talks about the wire. I will discuss this unshielded twisted pair cable. So the unshielded twisted pair or the UTP cabling is the most common network media. UTP cabling terminated with RJ45 connectors is used for interconnecting network hosts with intermediate. As I said, intermediate network devices such as switches and routers. In LANs, UTP cable consists of 4 pairs of color-coded wires that have been twisted together and then encased in a flexible plastic sheet that protects from minor physical damages. So basically, in chapter 4, it talks about cables. So the shielded twisted pair cable, the twisted pair cables are the, when you see a cable, it has a pair where it is twisted to each other. That is the twisted pairs cables. And also in cables, the color silver are the foil shields, and the braided are foil shield, and jacket is the cover of the wire. So that is the part of the shielded twisted pair cable. And also the coaxial cable or coax for short get its name from the fact that there are two conductors that share the same axis. So although UTP cable has essentially replaced coaxial cable in modern Ethernet installation, the coaxial cable design is used wireless installations, cable Internet installations. The wireless installation coaxial cables attach antennas to wireless devices. Cable services providers provide internet connectivity to their customers by replacing portion of the coaxial cable and the supporting application. So it basically talks about cable and cables that connects the communication towards each other. So that's all. That is the summary of the. Also, there are parts. There are parts that will explain the cable. Also, the Ethernet straight through, Ethernet crossover, rollover. It included on the chapter 4. Yeah, it talks about cables in the chapter 4. The properties, the media cable design, the types of fiber media. For example, lasers and the fiber optic cables are broadly classified into two types: the single mode fiber or the SMF, the multi-mode fiber or the MMF. So and also the wireless media also has 8 parts: data to radio signal encoding, frequency and power transmission, signal receptions and decoding requirements, via Bluetooth, via Wi-Fi, via WiMAX. So basically it talks about connections and how the message will send to the receiver, or what are we going to use if we are going to use a wireless or non or wired media, physical media. So yeah.